Welcome back to Championship Figure Skating on CBC, the second stop on the Grand Prix circuit. HomeSense Skate Canada International from Scotiabank Place in Ottawa, Ontario, the nation's capital. There is 20-year-old Cynthia Phaneuf, the 2004 Skate Canada champion. She also won the Canadian Figure Skating Championships that year. Well, welcome back inside. Scott Russell along with Tracy Wilson and Kurt Browning as we take a look at the women's side of the competition, always a marquee event. What do you think the breakout story of the young season is so far?
Well, we are in our second Grand Prix here at Skate Canada. At Skate America, Una Kim. Una Kim set a benchmark in her short program that all the girls are going to have to chase. She was elegant form meets function. She was breathtaking, and you know what? I think that everybody's going to be chasing her.
Let's take a look at Una Kim from Skate America, which took place in Everett, Washington. Una Kim was absolutely spectacular and in the short program.
Her long program. Here's a look at her triple-triple combination. And she just flies. It was like there was an electric current that shot through the arena, and the audience breathed a collective gasp when she was skating.
But I think we all know she's great, but maybe this is the Una that we're going to have to get used to. She's healthy, healthier than she's been for the past few years.
Una Kim, twice a World Championship bronze medalist, coached by Brian Orser, almost exclusively at Toronto's Cricket Club. But look at the results here at Skate America.
Well, wait till you see these scores, and this is something that even Una knew how good these scores are, and you can bet all of the female skaters competing internationally on the Grand Prix circuit know that Una got 69 for her short program. Carolina Costner, world silver medalist. She's known as one of the best short program skaters. She'll be competing a little bit later. And the other skater who's going to be trying to get into the game with Una Kim, Carolina Costner, would be Joanie Rochette of Canada.
Well, you know what, everyone's talking about, forget us. Everybody's talking about Joanie. She is the talk of the town in the lobby bar downstairs in the hotel. And everybody's also putting her now, Mao Asada, Una Kim, and then they say, you know what, that Joanie Rochette, she might make the podium at Worlds this year. That's how great she's looking.
High hopes for Joanie Rochette. She is not the only Canadian skater here with Canadian Championship credentials. With more on another, here's Brenda Irving.
Well, Scott, as you mentioned, skating behind us, warming up right now is Cynthia Phaneuf, the 20-year-old. And, it was only a couple of years ago. Sometimes we forget that a lot of people had written her off, including Cynthia herself, who thought her career may be over. It's a career that has had plenty of twists and turns, and to say it's been a long and difficult road back, well, that would be an understatement.
Cynthia Phaneuf was barely 15 years old. The petite Quebec skater shocked the Canadian figure skating establishment by winning the 2004 Canadian title, unseating six-time champion Jennifer Robinson. A month later, Cynthia backed it up with a second-place finish at the prestigious Four Continents competition.
It was like a dream. I wasn't realizing what was happening. And maybe it was a little bit too fast for a very young girl, and I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't ready to be part of all of that big success.
But rising as fast as her stock, her height. In 1 year, Cynthia grew almost 5 inches. The big jumps she once mastered were now unpredictable due to her larger frame. Injuries began to dog her, leaving the Canadian champion unable to compete. It looked like Cynthia Phaneuf might be a flash in the pan.
So for me, it was very hard, and I was crying every day, and he had to, I don't know, at once she didn't believe that I was going to be back. And once I realized that I had to start all again, started from the beginning, then it started getting better, and then I have to accept it. So that was the most difficult part, that I had to understand that I had to start from the beginning again.
But by 2006, Cynthia had recovered from her injuries and began to train again. The following year, she returned to competitive skating. But the now 5'8" skater still did not have her jumps back. And without them, she failed to make the 2007 World Team.
I always thought she could come back, but I knew it was going to be hard. The hardest part is at some point with the injuries, with the growth, she lost the motivation. In this moment, there was nothing we could do or say to her or make her realize what mistakes she would be doing if she quit or if she, take another road. It had to come from her. But as soon as she decided that that's what she wanted to do, I told her now everything is possible and we're going to make that comeback.
Late last year, Cynthia was beginning to master her jumps again. And at the Canadian Championships, she made it back onto the podium. 4 long and very difficult years after she won the national title.
When I went to nationals, I didn't say it to anyone, but my only goal was to have a medal around my neck. This is the only thing I was thinking about.
Choreographer David Wilson has worked with Cynthia since she was 9 years old.
She has fought really hard to come back, and now she's a young woman with so much more maturity and intelligence, and if she can perform and put the jumps together, I think she really is still capable of being world class.
I'm a little bit less drama than I was. Maybe I'm more now more patient with me, This year I just want to go to Worlds, so I'm going to do the same thing as I did last year and just focus on my goal.
We know Canada can send 2 women to this year's World Championships in Los Angeles. One would assume that Joannie Burchett would be along for one of those spots, but the fight for second spot usually goes to Mira Leung of Vancouver, but a lot of people think this time around that it may be Cynthia Phaneuf's spot. We'll have more from the nation's capital, including Cynthia Phaneuf's short program. HomeSense Skate Canada International 2008 is back right after this.
Now, making her way to center ice, 20-year-old Cynthia Phaneuf. There's her coach, Annie Barabé. And still the comeback story continues for this brilliant young skater. She won the national championship in 2004. That same season, she also won Skate Canada.
She was 10th at Skate Canada last year, moved up to 3rd at the national championships. She just keeps getting better and better each time out. Her short program, Debussy's Nocturne.
Cynthia really took her time on the warm-up, having a little bit of trouble with this element, the double axel.
Leading now into her most difficult element. Combination, triple Lutz, double toe. Her toe pick slipped on the landing. Very, very costly error. No marks for that. Another triple plant here.
Well, you heard her words on Brenda's feature. She is trying to be patient, but the Olympics are getting here soon. And Cynthia Phaneuf is trying hard now to get to the top again in Canada. Cynthia Phaneuf, HomeSense Skate Canada International will continue on CBC. Along with her coach, Annie Barabé, Cynthia Phaneuf trains in Contrecoeur, Quebec, and there is obvious disappointment here.
Well, gosh, when you skate into, watch this first double act, when you skate into the first jumping program, you see there was a slight hesitation on the landing that should have been spot on perfect, but she had trouble with it in the warm-up. Now watch the free leg go in. Oh! So when the upper body and the lower body have a failure to communicate and they're going at different times into the jump, then things go wrong. That's called your timing, and when you're second guessing because you're a little bit nervous, that goes and the jumps go, and you gotta let it.
Well, she did really try to salvage the performance, and she did that. It was beautiful. However, there's no way you can make up the marks that you lose when you fall and you don't rotate a jump. She lost at least 10 points on the 2 jump passes, and so it's gonna kill her.
Well, I hope that's not the only thing she thinks about tonight before the long program, because what a great presentation, great program. The obviousness, great word, the obvious factor here is that she simply has improved incredibly.
Yes, she
did
has.
not give us those 2 jump passes today, but she has improved. This will be disappointing.
23.38 technical elements program, 22.68, 45.06. You saw that huge score that Una Kim recorded at Skate America, well over 60-69, and this is a lot lower than that for Cynthia Phaneuf.
Representing Great Britain, Jenna McCord. Beatriz is currently in second. Representing